Alright, let's go to work. If you would, open your textbook to page 277. Textbook page 277. We will review 4.1 and 4.2 first, because there are 5 questions from the previous lessons on there. I want to be sure we cover that first. So on textbook page 277, let's look at 4.1. Writing equations in slope-intercept form. So on textbook page 277, they want you to write an equation in slope-intercept form. That goes through a specific point that has specific slope. We'll look at number 10. On number 10, they give you the point 1, 2. They give you the slope of 3. So if they want you to write you an equation in slope-intercept form, plug in the slope. Y equals 3x plus b. To solve for b, you know that we need to plug in the point. 2 for y, 1 for x. Simplify and solve a one-step equation. And b equals -1, I believe. Might check my work. I think it's -1. Put it all together. Y equals 3x minus 1. That is a review on how to write an equation in slope-intercept form. I'm pretty confident we got that down pat. Let's move to number 14. Same directions, however, they give you 2 points. This requires one extra step. What is that one extra step? Find the slope. In your calculators, 2 minus -1 over 5 minus 2. That is the slope formula. It's going to give you 3 over 3, which I believe is 1. So now you have the slope. Which point should we use? We should use 5, 2. It's friendlier, but it doesn't really matter which one you use to plug in. So y equals 1x plus b. I'm going to plug in the points. Y is 2. X is 5. Simplify, solve a one-step equation. Subtract 5 on both sides. And b equals -3. Put it all together. Y equals 1x minus 3. So that is a review of how to write an equation in slope-intercept form of a line that goes through 2 points. Let's bump to number 19. We're now going to review 4.2. So that was 4.1, moving to 4.2. In 4.2, you had 2 forms. You had point-slope form, and you had standard form. We'll review both of those right now. Let's take a look at number 19. For number 19, they ask you to write an equation in point-slope form of a line that goes through the point 6, 3, and has a slope of 5. So since both of those are positive, when we plug it in, they will be, so y minus 3, keep the slope the same, equals x minus 6. Any questions on that? You remember how to plug in the opposite of what you see. You try number 20 by yourself. On textbook page 277, they give you the equation they give you the slope, give you the point -2, 1, and the slope of -3. Plug in the opposite of what you see. It's going to be y minus 1. The slope stays the same. It's going to be x plus 2. Okay, I got a pretty good feeling we know what we're doing there. Any questions on point slope form? Let's go to standard form. I spent an extra day on standard form. Let's take a look at number 22. The rules for standard form. A must be greater than or equal to 0. A and B both are not 0. A, B, and C are what? Integers with the greatest common factor of 1. Okay? So remember those few little rules. We're going to go to the A has to be greater than or equal to 0. A and B both can't be 0. A, B, and C both all got to be integers with the greatest common factor of 1. So number 22, here we go. Y minus 3 equals 5 times X minus 2. So here's my question. What form is that in? Yep, point slope form. Okay, we're going to convert it to slope intercept form by using the distributive property to eliminate the parentheses. We're then going to add 3 to both sides to isolate the variable y so that it's in slope intercept form. Then we're going to move the x back over so that x and y are on the same side. Yes? We now have negative 5x and y on the left side and a negative 7 on the right side. Is this in complete standard form?
No.
Because A is not greater than or equal to 0. What can we do to this equation? Multiply by negative 1, which will create an equivalent equation. Same equation, just written differently. So this is going to be 5x minus 1y equals positive 7. We now have this equation in complete standard form. Let's try that again. Number 24. Y plus 4 equals 1/2 times the difference of x and 3. That is in point slope form. We want to put it in slope intercept form. Remove the parentheses by using the distributive property. Get your calculators out. 1/2 times x is 1/2 x. 1/2 times negative 3 is negative 3/2. We now want to isolate the variable y to put it in slope intercept form, so we would subtract 4 from negative 3/2. Negative 3/2 minus 4. Negative 11 over 2? Yes. Okay, now we have it in slope intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. We want x and y on the same side now, yes? Anybody having trouble getting negative 11/2? Remember, you got to convert it to improper fraction. Some of you probably got a mixed number, then you have to convert it. Okay, so negative, whoa. Subtract 1/2 x from both sides. You now have negative 1/2 x and positive y on the left side of the equal sign and negative 11/2 on the right side. Is A greater than or equal to 0? No. Is A, B, and C integers? No. We have rational numbers. What can we do? You can multiply by negative 1 or take it a step further, multiply by negative 2, which is common denominator. So multiply by negative 2. That'll do 2 things at one time. It'll make A positive and it'll get rid of your rational numbers or fractions. Negative 2 times negative 1/2 is 1x, and negative 2 times y, negative 2y, and negative 2 times negative 11/2, positive 11. Ladies and gentlemen, there is your answer. Any questions? So the first 4 to 5 problems on your test tomorrow will be a straight review from lesson 4.1 and 4.2. Okay? Moving now to 4.3, what we spent the last 2 days on. 4.3, skills review. You have the handout in your hand. We'll go over a couple of problems, 3 of